Okay, so this video is kind of about a couple of things. One of the really cool things that I like about the HX Stomp is that although you've got 8 blocks, which is in some ways a limitation compared to a bunch of other modelers, one of the things that they don't really limit you on is what those blocks could be. So for example, in this preset, I have 2 amps and 10 band graphic and a dual cab and a dual delay. Now the 2 amps happen to be rectifier types, so I wanted to talk today about the line 6
Fatality.
If you're not aware of this, this is in fact a dual rectifier type amp, but with the bass sort of tightened up a bit. And what I'm doing in this particular preset, I've got a Y split, and on one side you'll see over here I've panned the
Fatality.
hard left and I've panned the rectifier hard right, and then I've got after that stereo 10 band graphic, dual cab so that we maintain the stereo-ness, and then a dual delay. So I'll just show you quickly what's going on here.
Fatality.
As I say, it is a rectifier type, but because it's slightly different, we can use 2 like this and you get quite a nice stereo split on that. You can probably hear, if you're listening on headphones or monitors, that there's like a nice sort of double tracking feel to it. The cabs that I'm using here, for the rhythm tone, I've got a V30 with an 84 condenser and 30% reflections, and then on the right hand side I've got a V30 with an 87 condenser. Is that the same for both? 84 and 87. So 84 on the left, 87 on the right. And reflections again for both about 30-35%. That gives you that kind of thing. Now
Fatality.
I've got the drive at 6.6, bass nice and low, the mids at 6.4, treble at 5, presence at 4.2, and key here I've chucked up the master to 7.6. You get a lot of distortion from the power amp section of a dual rectifier. Brought the sag nice and low, and everything else I think is stock. Conversely, the Cali rectifier, I've got the drive at 6, bass at 2, mids at 6.9, treble at 5, presence at 3.5, and again I've chucked up the master, taken down the sag. That's how you can achieve that as a kind of chunky rhythm tone. But it doesn't have any kind of spikiness to it or anything like that. Quite a smooth kind of chunky rectifier tone. Now for the solo tone, I'll just... See, I'm chucking up the mids to 10 and nothing else changes there. And on the rectifier, chucking up the mids to 9.4, nothing else changes. But on the cabs block here, I've changed to a 57 dynamic and a ribbon mic with snapshots. So that's all that's changing there. Except for we got this EQ. So the EQ 10 band graphic, make sure you put a stereo one in, 3.4 Hertz push at 500 Hertz, 3.4 dB, sorry. 4.4 push at 1 kilohertz, 2.9 at 2 kilohertz, and bringing down the kind of 4 kilohertz by 1.5 and 8 kilohertz by -5, so, and 16 by -3.7. That's just kind of shape things and without the delay, and use that as a kind of rhythm. Okay, and then the snapshot, I was doing a similar thing, I think like this. But all I'm doing is changing the microphone again, 67 and 87. I find that doing this with the Cali V30 is not something I've tried too much before, but can give you some really nice flavors. And then first. But I think you'll find some useful tones there. Talking a bit more about what the FATALITY can do, let's just move this to the center. The drive down, you get a much... Bring the channel volume up. And as you get the drive further up, you basically lose some of that tightness. But I think it would still stay tighter than a Cali Rectifier if we were to do this. So let me just try and get things similar. So I think you'll hear for sure the FATALITY has a bit of a tighter bottom end response. It's a bit more ready to do the thing that most people probably do with a rectifier anyway, which is to chuck a tube screamer in front of it to tighten up the low end. So if you're doing that kind of thing with the FATALITY, it's kind of there ready for you already. You don't need to necessarily do that. And that's the dogs telling me it's time to stop. Let me know if you want me to drop this preset into the folder, and I'll be happy to do so. Catch you in another video soon.